Welcome back to AWS On Air. I'm A.M. Grabelny, a solution architect and host of AWS On Air, one of the hosts, joined by the incredible, incomparable,
oh my gosh,
amazing.
Wow,
you gave me amazing yesterday, Jillian.
Always. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so now you're amazing. I was amazing yesterday. You're amazing today.
The whole table is amazing. Everyone's amazing.
Who are you?
My name is Jillian Ford, and I am a solutions architect. I work with early stage startups. But the real show of this event is our amazing guest, Kosti. So introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, I'm Kosti Vasilakakis. I personally lead the product growth strategy for what we call low-code, no-code machine learning. And I'm personally super excited to be speaking with you guys today. It's really fun, and we'll show some cool stuff.
Yeah, we're very honored to have you join us.
Yes.
So you just said low-code and no-code machine learning. I've never heard those two words put together. I've heard low-code for
just
no
like
code
apps,
for app building, typically.
Yeah.
Why machine learning, and what was the problem? Like how are you building services that address a need there?
Perfect. Yeah, perfect question. The reality is that we're at the point with machine learning that nobody's asking, do we need machine learning? Nobody's doubting, is it useful for us? Everybody, especially in the enterprise world, they want to go all in machine learning. They want to make sure that they make the most of it. So they fall into certain issues. They fall into actually getting as much value as they want. So they're asking us, okay, what can we do to really increase the value creation that we're getting from machine learning? Of course, one solution is to hire more people, but it's really hard.
Oh yeah, it is.
Hire ML practitioners out there. Actually, the demand of growth, the growth of the demand for ML practitioners has been going 78% over the last 4 years. And that is twice as fast as any other specialized field out there. So, as you can imagine, scaling linearly the team based on your needs is really, really hard.
It's expensive too.
It is.
It's very expensive.
Right?
Time consuming and resource.
Exactly.
Exactly. So, what can we do to help? Well, we have created these solutions with regards to low-code, no-code machine learning. So first and foremost, we give low-code ML technologies to data science teams to improve their productivity so that they iterate and they produce machine learning a lot faster. Usually the iteration goes with data preparation, selecting different models, going through hyperparameter optimization, and we help them actually do that end-to-end journey a lot faster. That is one thing with regards to low-code. Now, you heard also no-code.
Yeah.
And that's a new area that we have invested in, and we launched a service towards non-ML practitioners. And we help non-ML practitioners, usually business analysts, go through machine learning and build machine learning models without knowing anything about ML, without knowing anything about coding. So we give them the power of the predictive power of machine learning with just a beautiful UI, which I'm excited to walk you through today, and they get the predictive power of something that is super niche without them knowing really nothing about it.
Yeah, I kind of want to unpack like this low code, no code. Like there's two different skill sets, and so maybe the people who are at home watching, like they're trying to figure out, okay, so what does that mean for me? So low code, does that mean like you need to have some development skills? And then no code, like who's that best for?
Yeah, that's a good question. So we have two personas in mind. One is the data science teams, usually data engineers and data scientists, that they want to do their job a lot, or they're technical, they understand what is feature engineering, they understand the variety of different models that they want to use, but they want to do their job a lot faster. And this is what we have built low-code technologies for them. No-code is just for the non-ML experts, like business analysts, and anyone actually out there that they want to play with machine learning, and all they know is that they have some data, they understand the data dynamics, but they don't know what is a model, what is machine learning, what is feature engineering, what is hyperparameter optimization. So we are aiming towards technical experts that all they do is through drag and drop, they can do their job perfectly. The low code and the no code, though, are two different, although we're talking about two different experiences and two dedicated workspaces, one for the data science team workspace and one workspace for the analyst. We heard from our customers that helping those two collaborate better is really, really critical, because as you give machine learning to non-technical experts, how can you guarantee that they can trust what they build? How can you increase the understanding, and how can you bring in validation of those models into the process from someone that is a technical expert? So in a way, increase the machine learning value creation through giving ML to analysts, but at the same time, bring into that journey the data science persona to validate that they actually are doing the right thing. So we have not only offering two different workspaces with the tools that are custom-made and purpose-built for those different personas, but we've helped them collaborate between the two. And I'll speak a lot more, if you don't mind, during the demo, how this is a true power of what we offer with regards to low-code, no-code machine learning.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. Maybe we should get right to that demo too.
So, yeah. People want to see it.
Yeah, we've got some limited time here,
Perfect.
and I want to be able to see everything.
Yeah.
But that, what you're saying, Kosti, like, these are emerging patterns, right? These are emerging workflows, right? We actually talk about this a lot on air. We talk more on the probably ML ops side, which is also still like an emerging. How do these workflows happen? How do these teams get access to this at the right time and push to production and things like that? So I'm very interested to hear from more of the business side, the people who are asking the questions, wrangling the data. That's maybe a little wink and a nod to one of the services that we're going to talk about.
Just a teaser.
Yeah. So what do you think? Should we jump to the demo?
Let's do the demo in just a quick sec. I want to introduce the services. Please. I'm going to walk through the demo so that people understand what they're going to see very, very quickly. So in the slide, you actually see 4 services. One is towards business teams, and it's called Amazon SageMaker Canvas. And it's our no-code workspace that is a point-and-click, easy-to-use interface for analysts to go through end-to-end machine learning with really no understanding. And then we have 3 tools for the data science persona to go again from data preparation, model development, and deployment of the model, starting with Data Wrangler that allows data engineers and data scientists to, wrangle data, do analysis over the data, and create feature engineering pipelines so that they get their data ready for machine learning.
Yeah.
And then you see, second, the autopilot experience, where our customers can actually leverage ours, in simple terms, AutoML technology for tabular and time series data, which goes and explores all kinds of variations from features through models, through hyperparameters, and automatically brings back something that is well-performing. And lastly, but not least, Jumpstart, which is in a way, a model zoo of state-of-the-art models and solutions. So we give to our customers a way to quickly access the GPT-3s and Robertas and the birds of the world, like really advanced models with a click of a button or with a simple API call. So that's the background, but let me get into it very, very quickly. I know we have a few minutes, so I'm sorry, I'm gonna skim through this, but whatever you need, you'll be able to go through our more videos out there to dive deeper. So here is the Canvas experience, and SageMaker Canvas has 2 simple components: the models, and maybe I'll zoom in a little bit better, models and datasets. And for example, you have pre-built datasets in Canvas so that you can quickly come in and play. And today I'm going to go through the experience of the sipping logs. More specifically, here is a problem that we're trying to predict the actual sipping days of a package. So here we know who is the carrier, what is the distance that it needs to cover, if it's a bulk order or a single order, where exactly it's coming from Atlanta or Seattle, what is the order date, and the shipping priority. But at the same time, we have some data with regards to the products. So we know the product description, so the computer brand, the computer model, the screen size. So at the end of the day, we're trying to say, based on those characteristics, can we make a model to predict when exactly this package will be delivered?
Oh, interesting.
Let's get to it. So first of all, we will need to join the data. I will need to bring in the shipping logs and quickly bring in the product description. And as you can see, very quickly, Canvas understands here where exactly it needs to be connected.
Wow.
Oh,
enough.
yeah.
That was smart.
Product ID. And then you see here the join table. But let's quickly import it, live data, we call it live data. And then on top of that, let's go build a model. Let's see how easy it is. We press create a model. Oh, let's click again. Create a model. Live demo. And then here, the only thing you have to do is to understand quickly your data. And you can press and see where the distribution of your columns, if there's a categorical value, see if there is any missing data. For example, if you press on it here, you'll see, oh, there's no missing data, if there's no mismatched data types. And you'll be able to do some extraction or remove some rows, depending on what you want to do with the data, so that they actually represent the problem that you have. And then the other thing you want to do is select the target variable, meaning what are we building the model for? What do we want to predict? We want to predict the actual shipping days, and this is actually a numeric model problem. And that's all you have to select.
There's like a lot happening, I think, behind the scenes.
There's going to be a ton happening. Completely abstracted the complexity of machine learning.
Yeah.
For someone that knows nothing about it, they know a little bit about their data. They know that they want to predict for this specific variable, but they don't know anything else. And we take error with just two options. Either with a quick model, give me something very quickly to play with, or go through all the possible iterations that you think are reasonable with a standard build. I'll say I'll go with a quick build here, and you press a button, and in a matter of 2 minutes, you have a model to make predictions on.
Yeah. I think one thing that we might take for granted as technical people is even that little command that you did with joining the two different data sets, it would take SQL typically.
Yeah,
and you would have to know what SQL is,
Exactly.
you would have to know what a join is, you would have to like join on a foreign key and a different, you don't need to know any of that.
And even, and then even what we saw earlier, because so much of the time that's spent in the machine learning process is on data preparation. And clearly there is like,
is actually on data preparation.
And it's exact, and it looks like just from there that maybe it doesn't have to worry about it.
Yep.
Right? Is that
because we automate even the feature engineering for the data analyst persona.
That's cool.
It's amazing.
So very quickly, I'm gonna go through what you will get after, and this is pretty much the outcome of Canvas. You get a model that is in a way predicting with a mean error of 1.3 days. So the error of the prediction will be, let's say, if the actual day is 2 days, the actual delivery time was 2 days, the error will be maximum up to 3.3 days. So you will know, you pretty much built a fairly consistent model using just a few clicks.
Yeah.
And you can understand also a lot more advanced with regards to RMSE if you want to know more. But here you see not very difficult language. Here you understand, you say the model often predicts within plus or minus of 1.3 days of the actual value. Now, we have just very few minutes, so I'm going to skim through the data science experience, because here, let's say you want to predict something. You press a button, you can play with the model very quickly. You can, for example, change the expected days, let's say, to 3, or the y distance to 2, and you immediately get a prediction for a single prediction or for a batch prediction. But let's say you don't trust yet the model. You want to see if the data science team agrees with it. You press a button, you say, can you take a look? And then you create a link. And that link, quickly, if we go and...
There's the collaboration.
There's the collaboration piece, exactly. We go into the dedicated experience for data scientists. And we immediately saw under the hood everything that Canvas produced. And we can see the all the model iterations we went through. You can see the more details about the feature importance, the metrics,
wow.
etc. But let's say you approve, you can decide to deploy. What happens if you're a data scientist and you want to do exactly the same problem? How can you do it very, very quickly with low-code technologies?
Okay, let's see it.
Let's go see. So here in the launcher, if you go, for example, to import and explore data, you can start now, and you go into the Data Wrangler experience. Then we can, again, bring in the data that we had before, the shipping logs and the product description. I have it here in this. We'll bring in the product description first, and then we'll add it with the product logs. And then we can very quickly do analysis and create feature engineering pipelines on top of that. Let me do as quickly as I can here. Add one more data set. Let's import. And then the shipping logs. And then all we have to do, just import the data and just join them, and we'll see the magic happening. Let's go to the data flow. Let's join here. And then immediately we'll be able to configure what is exactly the join that we want. We want an inner join, and you see a lot more configuration here. You see a lot more capabilities be given to this persona, because that's the premise. We want to give them as much as possible with the most abstraction experience as possible. And here we have the join data, and you can do a lot of things like analysis of the data, transformation of the data. Let's say we create a data analysis report on top of the predictive variable. So for example, we create this report, and what a data scientist would do is exploratory data analysis. It gives us a lot of analysis that they would have to do over a period of hours or even days in a matter of seconds.
Wow.
Wow.
It gives you the anomalies, target leakage, it gives you some quick models to play with. So things that take hours now take a few seconds. And I know we have
I was going to say,
ourselves
I know we didn't get to see probably even half of what you had to show us. But
such a teaser. I'm like so excited right now.
Where should I go to learn more about these no-code, low-code machine learning solutions?
On Google, if you Google SageMaker, Canvas, SageMaker Data Wrangler, SageMaker Autopilot, we have a lot of documentation, a lot of videos out there, or a lot of blogs. However you want to consume information, we have a lot of content, and we're building those things because of you. You give us feedback, you give us pain points, and we solve for them. So feel free to reach out. We have a lot of ways through Twitter, through other mediums. Please reach out, and we'll be improving everything we have.
Great, Costi. Yes, and I know you got some friends in chat who have dropped some links in too. Be sure to go check those out and stick around for more content from AWS On Air.